Everything's at night here,
Yep.
Mindy.
All starting at 6 p.m. my time.
Okay. Emmett Sheehan and the Dodgers are on the road against Rodriguez here. Rodriguez is an interesting sort. Not great numbers, but I don't know. He kind of pitches in some high leverage situations. He's done pretty well when the Orioles have needed him to. So uh, here the Orioles are a slight favorite over the Dodgers. $1.15, 9.5 under 15. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if I'm convinced that the Orioles can get this one here today. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Dodgers with Emmett Sheehan. Minus 109. It's again one of those that they lost in extra innings. I think it would give them a little bit more incentive here today. I know the Orioles' bats have been pretty good, but I think today is going to be the Dodgers' kind of day. He's had a pretty impressive start to the season here with Sheehan. I'm going to go with him and that little 4.35 ERA.
All right. Yeah, I want to see the Dodgers go in there against the Orioles right now. I'm going to take the Dodgers with Mindy in this one with Sheehan. I actually think that Rodriguez will be okay long term. He might be someone who might stay in the major leagues for a while. He's just not looking too good right now. He's got a 14.6 ERA in his last 3 starts. He hasn't had a start though for a couple of months. For Sheehan, 4.22 in his last 4 starts. He is 2-0, but the Dodgers have won 7 of their last 9. We know the Orioles come in red hot as well, so that's what makes this kind of the featured attraction, I would think, right now on the schedule. Could we see this as a potential big series here with these two teams? So, but I do want to try the Dodgers here at a very reasonable price of $1.05. I certainly like their bats a little bit better. See, oh, the total's not 15, by the way.
What? Are you sure? Are you sure?
9.5 under 15. How did that happen? There we go. All right, let's see what comments in the chat. And big series, and we know our crew from the DMV is going to love this series. Crush is on the Orioles here, and here's Fernando on the Dodgers, and he's also on the over. Dre's on the over. JD's got Ed Sheeran pitching for the Dodgers.
Funny.
And Keith likes the Dodgers. Solo on the Dodgers here. Bionic will take him on the run line, plus 1.5, minus $2. Is that right?
Oh.
CTG. I want to make sure, other than I guess the Dodgers, that's the run line right now that I'm seeing. So Fernando says to JD, he's I'm a believer in Grayson Rodriguez actually, but not like to come out right now and just dominate the Dodgers. I'm just saying long term he might be an option here. So yeah, Bionic says lay the 1.5 and take that plus money. I would plus $1. What, 55?
150 or so, I thought.
Nick Catino here today as well. All right.
CTG wants a challenge. Taking Baltimore on the money line.
Oh, okay. Well, look, like I said, I mean, when you got the Orioles team as hot as they are, and the Dodgers, they, last 2 games in New York look kind of funky in a way, right? Everybody by now has seen the play with the ball dropping in the infield. Mindy would have caught that.
Of course I would have. No, I probably would have made the shortstop catch it, right?
Right. I mean,
you're not supposed to catch that.
Drifting over when you're
last night with the Astros too. Did you see that in the last inning of the game?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Defense. Okay. Baltimore pretty terrific at home, 29-18. Dodgers just a game over 500 on the road. But let's try the Dodgers. This is a big series, and I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers. Look, this is a time tease me about the Padres. The Dodgers also certainly at
When
this
they make
point.
their run.
No, because
they're
Arizona's
great.
Arizona's a bomb right now. They didn't work. It doesn't work out for them. And remember what I said about the Padres going into some of these. They've been a disaster in Philadelphia for 2 straight seasons now. Remember that. Remember the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, all right, take the Dodgers here. We'll take the Dodgers. And here's Xavier Curry, not Ohio-born Steph Curry. He probably could pitch. He probably was a great pitcher in Little League.
Probably was.
Probably did it
Good at
all.
everything.
Yeah. And in this one, the Guardians are favored here $1.20, maybe even going up to $1.25. I've got more typos here, but the total is 9.5 under 15.
It's all right, Ramon. It's your Friday, so we get it, right? We get it. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Guardians. I feel like both of these teams haven't been playing well here at all. But the Guardians have played better, I think, over the last 2 weeks than the Pirates. Cleveland's 6-5 over the last 7. Pittsburgh's lost 9 of 11. Just really been struggling. And again, we have this tight race between Cleveland and Minnesota there. So it's going to be neck and neck. I think these two teams really have to work hard on getting wins because no one wants to fall back there. So Pittsburgh has a little bit more problem scoring. I'm going to go ahead and take Xavier Curry today, the comic book character, and the Guardians.
Okay, I'm going to join you in that. Maybe Cleveland's offense is picking it up a little bit, but they have lost 4 straight games. But you said the Pirates also struggling, losing 10 of their last 12. This is Priester here making the start. It's his major league debut. 7-3 with a 4.3 ERA in 18 starts at Indianapolis, right? Is there? Yeah, Indianapolis, I believe, is Cleveland's team. Also 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA last year in 2 AAA starts. He pitched well at AA, so we're getting a look at this new pitcher for the Pirates. So that is also a factor in this game. Curry has pitched quite a bit. This is a bullpen game, obviously, for Cleveland, but as far as starters are concerned, I mean, Curry's been a pitcher that we've all seen him plenty out of the bullpen. He is a regular pitcher for Cleveland here. And let's see here. Blake's on Cleveland. I think it's going to be some, support of Cleveland here. Here's an under for Fernando. I mean, we know Cleveland does have some offensive woes. Here, solos on. This is going to be a lot of Cleveland, so I got to feel like we're on the right side of consensus anyway.
All right, finally. Been struggling to get that consensus all the way around.
Yeah, on the under. Lil Walt. Lil Walt is here.
Lil Walt.
And yeah, I'm not sure what I'd be doing with the total. I'm investigating still, I think. But I'll take Cleveland with Mindy. Let's go for it here.
Right.
Road favorite. It's down. It's $1. It might go up here to $1.25 or so, but I feel comfortable at this point with it. And we'll try Cleveland. We're 2 for 2. Here's the Giants on the road with Logan Webb, $1.50. And this total is starting to drop here a little bit now. The reported steam came in on the over, but right now I'm showing 10 under 25. This one may be going down to 9.5 over here. Do you want to mention right now in that Cleveland Pittsburgh game we just talked about, and there was some discussion on the total, but I'm showing that one getting hit right now under big time. There's steam coming in on that game. And I did see a couple of people talking about, and then even Fernando. I want to make sure I get it right. Said it seems shaky, but right now, got to respect this steam coming in on the under here in this one. Down to 9 over in that Cleveland Pittsburgh game. Okay, here we go, Mindy, with the Giants and the Reds, and like I said, this one is moving down on the total anyway.
Gotcha here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with this Giants team. I kind of feel like they're hot right now, right? Winners of 5 games in a row, I believe. Reds have kind of cooled down for whatever reason. We were trying to stick it out with them. I think we lost 2 last week while we were hanging out with the Reds. But again, I feel like Webb's been pretty good here, and Williamson not so much. 6.29 ERA here over the last month. So gonna go ahead and go with the Giants today. So they're about minus 150.
All right, Mindy on the Giants, and you know what? I'm gonna join Mindy. Road game here does feel a little bit uncomfortable. Webb has the better numbers. I mean, no doubt about it. He's got a 3 ERA in his last 3 starts, 3.36 on the season. But the thing about Williamson, yeah, he's got a 5.2 ERA this season. Mindy talked about his splits, and the Reds are all of a sudden back to being the Reds, I guess. I don't know. That was a great run. But, yeah, they've lost 4 out of their last 5 now. So maybe these are the real you figure they're a young team. If you look up and down that lineup, though, those bats are kind of like subtly impressive, right? I'd take that lineup against probably just about any lineup. Maybe not on a day-by-day basis, but if I've got to take a team that maybe is underrated, an offense that's underrated, I'd take that Reds offense in against any team in the league, really. So maybe they can get it together. But the thing about Williamson, he averages about a half a unit of profit per game in his 10 starts.
Cool.
The Reds are 7-3 in his 10 starts. So a
Wow.
little bit of worrisome there, but I've got to think the Giants. I mean, they're looked good in that series against the Bucks. So I gave him out on the show there yesterday, Mindy. So we'll lay this price here again. I know we were having trouble finding some plays yesterday, but we're 3
Not
for 3
today.
here.
We already have as many as we did all day yesterday out of that.
Right, but again, it's really uncomfortable. It's 3 road favorites. So I just want to try to be.
We're fine. We're fine. Ramon.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to talk about handicapping and
right.
Pitfalls to avoid, if you will. Well, every game's got to be treated individually. It really shouldn't matter, right? Here, so wait a minute here, Latifa. Let me get the previews on this game, but I'm trying to catch up. Okay. Did we get it right? Did you win?
No, Latifa got me on that one because I took the over on the Mariners. She took the under. So she got the win there. So I owe her some, I say coffee, right? Because that's what I like to bet. But she's like, I'm not a coffee drinker. But
right. No,
you can take your cash that I send you via Cash App and you can spend it on whatever you like. Probably Jameson is her drink of choice, I think.
Okay. See, I thought it was coffee with Jameson in it.
It probably is. No.
I thought that's what Latifa, I thought that's what she was talking about the whole time.
No, she's getting off of work, right? So it's like her evening, toddy there.
Dre's on the first 5 here. Nick says the Reds bats are right. I mean, look, we love De La Cruz and all that, but young players, and then once it starts to go a little bit haywire, but I don't know, you still have some veteran bats in there. Lil Walt says San Francisco. Takia's on the Giants. Tifa's on the Giants here. And Miguel Guerra is here today. Hello, Miguel. Crush is on the Giants. So a lot on the Giants here. And Blake, Giants first 5. Fernando leaning towards the Reds. How about Easy Does It?
I know. I thought that was a cool name, too. Easy Does It. And Butterscotch is probably just getting off of work having his Jameson as well.
Frankie Diamond. Where's Frankie? Where you been, Frankie? Gonna take the Reds in this one. How about for Latifa talked about he gave us Mexico. Mexico wins. Jimenez, very exciting, Mindy. Just a couple of minutes left in the game, and Mexico wins it yesterday over Panama. So great job by Fernando. He gave us the winner of the Gold Cup. And I will say this, I watched that game certainly because there was not a lot of late sports, and I want to see that game. But uh, interesting thing about that was that uh, it was in Los Angeles's SoFi Stadium, that beautiful stadium that Kroenke built, and watching that game. And I don't know if anybody thinks it's a big. That might be where they play the next World Cup final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really think so. Watch for that. That's my prediction. We don't know yet. There's no official word, but that I think that's where they're going to play the final of the next World Cup. I mean, it might be the most spectacular stadium outside of Dallas, and maybe the Dallas, two different types of stadiums, maybe.
Right.
Okay. All right, Butterscotch made it. All right, Fernando. We're talking about his league plays there, but everybody was watching that. Okay, Minnie, we're on the Giants here with the
Right.
Marlins and the Cardinals. Luzardo here on the road. Cardinals favorite here, $1.15, 8.5 over -115.
Well, I'm sorry, Takia, but today I'm not going to be on the Cardinals. I'm going to be on the Marlins here today. You just had Luzardo that just, basically beat up on the Cardinals here just a couple weeks ago. He got the job done. I kind of feel like the Cardinals are still kind of reeling here right now, just really struggling. I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins here today with Luzardo.
All right, yeah, I've got a good thing the Marlins aren't favored, but they might be by the time the game starts. Let's take the Marlins in this one, Mindy. I'm with you. I mean, Luzardo, he's back to being Luzardo. He's got an ERA of 1.14 in his last 5 starts. He's gone 3-0 in those games. And Mikolas with a 4.12 ERA right now, and the Cardinals have playing pretty well. But in Mikolas's last 8 starts, the Cardinals have gone just 1-7. So let's see, Takia, you did, yes, on the Cardinals there. And I think Easy Does It might be looking at that typo that we had on that early game there. And that, of course, these are the more closer to official lines.
Right.
That was just a typo. We try to show the line of the game here. JD says he likes the pitching in this matchup. Sean Money here today with the Marlins. Solo likes Luzardo. Thomas is on the Marlins. We're going to be 4 for 4 in.
All right, love it.
Oh boy, Miguel on the Marlins. I didn't see that, Scotch. Was that?
I know. Is that like today or yesterday?
That's crazy, right? I mean, every year, and they get so close, right? They're waving, like the bike comes right up, and they're like, ah! right in their face. Gotta be.
Obviously, it didn't work out so good.
Yeah, and Blake talking about Ohtani. Blake, they do say, Mindy, that Ohtani's English. Of course, he says he feels uncomfortable, but people say that kind of he wants to speak in Japanese to show that he's still that he is still Japanese, right? That he is communicating every interview that he's a Japanese player playing in the major leagues, and that his English actually is very passable, and it's just that he wants to give his interviews in Japanese and uses it kind of as an excuse. Yeah, JD says it right there. So, and I that's fine, although it does take a little bit extra time, makes his translator a big star.
Right.
All right, looks like we got plenty of. Fernando did correct himself on the total, says under. If anybody ever been to a road cycling race out there? I've done that.
Nope, I have not.
All right. And Ron must have come in when I was putting my hands up to the screen.
With the selfie. Arr.
Fernando, he's getting into. We're getting some potty humor going in the. You guys are reminding me of our friend. Okay.
Right.
All right. Anything else? Miami money line for butterscotch. All right, we're on Miami. We're just gonna pick every road team here today, Mindy.
Perhaps.
Maybe, maybe not. Here come the Nationals and Mackenzie Gore
Right. Here we go with the Nationals.
coming up against Drew Smiley here. A couple left-handers, and I'm showing the Cubs are favored $1.35, 8.5 under 15.
Well, I think I have to go ahead and take over the total here in this one today, Ramon, with Smiley. It's one of those that I feel like the Cubs weren't exactly off to, a hot start, but I feel like they have potential here to get things going. We talked about it a little bit more, getting guys like Bellinger healthy, Swanson's coming back. The Nationals, I think, have hit fairly well here as of late. And you have Mackenzie Gore, who has a little bit of elevated ERA here on the road. Plus, you have the Cubs and Smiley, 5.36 ERA here at home. That Nationals bullpen is pretty weak as well, 5.15 ERA. I'm going to go over this total today.
All right, Mindy says take the over here with these two pitchers. Yeah, maybe these teams do tend to go over a bit, and you do have a couple starting pitchers with basically 4.5 ERAs. So Gore 5.66 ERA in his last 5 starts. Smiley's got an 11 ERA in his last 3 starts. So I guess I could see where that's going. See the total here at 8.5. So I figure it's probably just a regular day in Chicago. Maybe Scott, maybe they're. I'm not checking the chat just yet, but maybe it's a rather average weather day there. I'm going to take a Cubs here as a favorite as my pick in this one. Cubs at home with Smiley. The Cubs, neither of these teams are doing much right now. We know that Nationals have lost 8 of their last 12 games. Takia's on the Cubs. And looks like Cubs and under for Sean Money. CTG's on the Nats. And also Blake on the over here. Scotch is on the over with you. A lot of over action here. Solo on the Cubs. Jay Boone here today. Says no run first inning. Or no, first inning tie. I guess that's a prop. The 90s were better, Mindy.
That's right.
How about that? Bo Jackson uniform. We haven't talked about the Angel game, but I just wanted to say hello to the 90s were better. New commenter here. Dre says team total over for the Nats. Latifa on the over. And JD thinks Smiley's done for. Bionic on the Cubs. Thank you to 90s were better. That's why I introduced you as a first-time commenter. I figured you were already watching
Right.
what was going on. And Jeff Schramm here today as well. Welcome, Jeff Schramm.
Awesome.
No one did the weather report, so I guess I got to go. I don't mind. I'm just a little wall on the Cubbies. I'll get that weather for you here, Jeff.
It's blowing out 8 miles per hour.
Okay, yeah. You got to figure just okay, blowing out, no big deal. We did see just a tick up on that total here, certainly. So mid to low 70s. Here's Frankie Diamond, Cubs money line and over. The 90s says Cubs. Easy does it. How about all these new commenters here on a Monday,
Yeah,
Mindy?
we appreciate it. That's nice.
And Latifa might be says, I feel like I'm contrarian. I'm going to take a run and a half here with the Nationals and lay $1.75. And I don't know what the best years were. It's kind of like who was the best NBA player, I guess. And Rodney here today. And yeah, Bo Jackson. Okay. Well, there's one we didn't. We don't have a consensus for you and I, Mindy, but you're on the over, and I'm on the Cubs today. Can't pick them all. Can we?
With Anthony Mule, he says Cubs and
Oh,
over. Hey, see,
okay. Thank you.
there we go.
Let me get that one up
We're
there.
ready.
Want to make sure everybody's on record because that's what we do here on the Rapid Fire Morning Steam is go through the picks of the chat. Yeah, it's about Mindy and I trying to come together and hopefully get winning picks, but we want to feature you guys here for the most part. So, okay. Next up, McClanahan. He is back. And McClanahan's favorite here on the road, $1.15, 9 under 20.
Well, I was kind of looking at the Rangers here today. It's one of those that it's going to be tough, right? Because McClanahan, how is he going to come back? He was sitting at a 3.17 on the road. Dunning 2.89 there at home. Pitches way better than his he's at 2.84 ERA. I was looking at 5.42, but that was not it. But McClanahan, he gives up too many walks. I don't know if that had to do a little bit with those injuries, but he was sitting at 4.8 walks per 9. And if he comes back like that, it's going to be trouble. Especially with this Rangers team that is outscoring the Rays right now, 6.33 runs per game compared to 5.30. I'm going to go ahead and take the Rangers here at home, maybe a little bit of plus money.
All right, let's do it. Let's take the Rangers. I want to take the Rangers here with Dunning. 3 ERA basically in his last 5 starts. He's got an ERA under 3. He's been quite good for Texas, and that's what they need is some consistent pitching. So let's do it. McClanahan, yeah, he had an 8 ERA in his last 2 starts before hitting the injured list for a couple of weeks. Tampa Bay has now lost 7 of their last 10 games all of a sudden. So, there's no doubt McClanahan has been very profitable. One of the best pitchers this season. Yeah, the hiccups here recently has kind of blown up. I don't say blown up as he's still at like a 2.5 ERA, but still some question marks on him coming back. So let's go with Dunning today and give us another play. I mean, at least we got a home team here.
Right.
So Ron, though, he's saying McClanahan, just give him some rest. And he wants the Rays and he wants his K-prop over. Butterscotch on Texas. Blake on Texas. This is before I think we even said we were on it. Luis on Texas. Dre says no run first inning. McClanahan is allowed a run in the first inning in just 2 of 17 starts. Dunning is allowed a run in the first inning in 4 of 12 starts. Tampa Bay has scored a run in 33 of 96 games, while Texas has scored a run in the first inning in 29 of 94 games. And the 90s says go under. And I think, Ron, even Mindy, I think we all can agree that McClanahan in good form is going to be better than Dunning. Dunning is probably right now. This is about as good as we've ever seen him. Had hopes for him, and right now he's in a groove. And I thought Texas looked pretty decent. We had him yesterday, or I had him yesterday. Tony had him,
right?
So yeah, well. McClanahan will probably be on a pitch count, but that's okay. We know that Tampa Bay's bullpen can probably handle it. Although in that game the other night, though, they did throw. I mean, it was all bullpen and it was an extra innings, right? I think they did get kind of stretched out there a little bit. Latifa on Texas. Could it be an American League Championship Series preview? Texas with that uh, 3 wins over the Guardians. What does that say? Take the under? Is that what the 90s is saying there? Jeff
Look at
Schramm says take the
today. Take
Rangers.
the under. Yep.
Okay. Going to be some support here for the over from Solo, from Takia, but Fernando wants the under, and Easy doesn't want the under. So we're not going to mess with the total, Mindy. Let's just go with the Rangers here.
The Rangers.
Take the Rays though, and maybe we could put the Discord up there. My summer league kind of tailed off just a bit, but maybe have one more play here.
Vegas is catching you, huh?
Yeah.
You were taking out Vegas at the beginning. They're catching you a little bit.
My totals are very solid, but then at the end, I thought teams were packing it in. Of course, like typical team, when you're not playing aggressively, you're giving up points, and I was kind of going the other way. All right, Mindy, we got triple digits. Thanks to everyone. That's not the temperature. That's our view count. Here comes the Tigers and the Royals. Tigers with Matt Manning, and Royals. Royals have Jordan Lyles here.
I was waiting for a Scotch to say Happy Jordan Lyles Day. I felt almost lost without it. So I'll give him a break. Probably just got off a work there. So
yeah, it's still just one win. I know we're trying to find another win for Lyles last week, but what do you think for Jordan Lyles Day?
Well, I mean, he could get a win. I mean, it's one of those that this is as good as any game for him, right? With the Tigers coming in, but I just kind of feel like today it's going to be kind of like how that Astros Angels game went. I think it's going to be back and forth, up and down, lots of runs. So I'm going to definitely go over the total here today. Not sure who's going to get it. The Tigers, they took advantage of the Royals here last time. So I don't know if they're going to be able to limit the Royals today or not. I think we're going to have good showings at the plate today in this one, going over the total.
Okay, well, yeah, Lyles has a 6.24 ERA. We know they're 1-16 when he starts, so still just $1.25 or so for Manning. But Manning, in his 5 starts, the Tigers are just 3-2, but they were big dogs in 2 of those games, and they won. Now here they are, a favorite. Mindy, the Royals have now 40 games under 500.
That's it? Oh, they can make a total comeback. But I was talking to my my aunt and uncle here are here in town from Kansas City, and they said even though Kaufman they have that locale under contract till 2030, they want to build a new stadium down by the Ameristar on the north side and have a big restaurant, hotel, fun things to do. So that might be in the works. And a new park. They don't care if the Royals are good. They just want the excitement. They just want the cash.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to build look, an Arrowhead is a iconic.
Well, then what they want to do, I guess, is make the retractable roof.
Okay.
Therefore, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, there's no place like that, right? That complex of 2 stadiums that
right next door.
That not only that, 2 stadiums that have stood they're definitely they're in the need for some new look. It's hard because you don't want to mess with the Arrowhead mojo on the football.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing is they don't really like the tailgating, which that's the part that we all like, of course. But they want it to be more like you spend your money at a restaurant or bar rather than spending your money in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, all the places are doing that now. Get rid of the tailgating.
Oh, boo to getting rid of tailgating.
All right. The 90s Roberta's got some nice stats here. I'll take the Tigers in this one. So
right.
Look, it's still it looks like a beautiful place. You go there every season,
I
Mindy,
do. Yes,
for
I
an
like
older stadium. I mean, the Royals, the K is still looks pretty good.
it. It does. Yeah, it does.
And Arrowhead, we're never gonna look. Like I said, I mean, that's the only thing that would scare me is you take away. You don't take away. I mean, the fans. I'm sure it's all about the fans making that noise and everything, but that's a pretty intimidating stadium.
Did you see Mahomes' new house that he got right on the border
Yeah, I
there?
did.
That was pretty wild.
I know, but what are we? What are we on cribs or something? For
Right. Well, he said he wants to stay permanently in Kansas City. I think he was getting
good
rid of his
point.
place in Texas, I thought. And that's going to be his permanent home. It finally got built. It was done. So now he has what 50-yard football field. It looks like a one hole three par golf hole. He just has everything. That place is huge.
I had a boss who was so wealthy that he lived in La Jolla Farms and had a three-hole golf course
Free. Oh my god.
overlooking the Pacific Ocean in his backyard. One was a par four.
Oh my god. How much land did he have?
I mean, well, it was really weird. They were all like,
100 acres. I mean, something like that. What?
I mean, it was like you had to hit over each, like they kind of crisscrossed. But
Yeah, I know what you mean.
still,
Kind of like how they
you could
do
still
probably the
play.
par three. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was sick. It was sick. It was like you could play 18 holes. All right. Here we go. Next up, Yankees and Angels. Here with Severino and Canning. Yeah, it's not perfect game, Severino, but Griffin Canning here going to be favored minus $1.20. The total 9.
Oh goodness, Ramon. I think I'm going to take the Angels here today. Maybe
Ooh.
the bats have caught fire here a little bit. They scored way more runs the last 2 games than I thought they ever could have. And the Yankees have just lost, 6 of their last 8. Those Rockies did get the better of them, won that series there. So I think they still may struggle a little bit offensively here. And then if I take a look at those pitching numbers so far, Severino just have not been good at all here on the road. 9.27 ERA. Just have to hope the Angels bullpen. I mean, I liked Baria. I mean, he started a couple times. We had him there, and then really just blew up that bullpen the last 2 days. So maybe he's had enough and won't be pitching here tonight out of the bullpen.
Yeah, because those 2 games were just wild. No doubt about it. You gonna take the Angels though?
Yeah, I'm taking the Angels on the
Against the
money.
last place Yankees.
Isn't that
Oh
crazy?
my!
Yeah.
Tied with the Red Sox. What were they saying? This is the latest in the season. The Yankees have been in last
In the
place.
cellar.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but yeah, you mentioned that they've lost 6 of their last 8. So that total at 9 there, boy, and we saw what that bullpen was up to. That was kind of crazy the way those 2 games were going, man. 25 runs on Saturday. What was it,
17 runs
Okay.
yesterday.
Oh boy, I need to hear from the chat on this one. I'm not sure. Not sure what to do.
Well, that's why we
And
took the under yesterday. I thought there was no way that the A's could go back to back offensively like that, and they did. So maybe they're on a little bit of a heater.
Luis is on the Yankees. Latifa's on the over, and so is Anthony. Frankie says go over. Dre on Angels money line. Solo says over. Scott says I'm going to go against the travel spot here. Jamal Jones is here today. He says take the Angels. And the 90s says Yankees money line. No, Yankees money line and under. I think that's what that is today. Now Otani and the Yankees are in the top. Who knows where he's going? Oh
I
man.
just wish, though, really do wish that Otani and Trout could have a season together where neither one of them are on the IL.
And we could find 3 or 4 starting pitchers to pay
3 or
20 million
4.
to. Well, look,
Uh,
Otani's going to get
yeah,
500 million.
look at the
Trout's already
Yankees
making.
without Judge, right? Look at any team without their big hitters. They suffer through that. Look at the Astros without Altuve. Like, it's just kind of one of those things. And I kind of feel like that, it's coaches get unfairly I think judged, even in like the NFL. Well, we're missing our, running back the whole season, so you're fired because you only went, 3-15, that sort of thing. I feel like I wish I could keep Otani around a little bit longer, but I don't know if they're going to get him signed. I'm I'm hopeful, but they probably would have done it by now. Maybe they'll give him the Bobby Bonilla contract, the 30-year contract, something like that.
The 90 says big games in Anaheim always fizzle and they don't live up to the expect. I
What?
don't know. Yesterday,
That's right.
yeah. But the Angels have gone over in 7 of their last 8. They've gone over in 4 of Canning's last 5 starts. Yankees have gone under in just 5 of their last 15 games, and 5 of Severino's last 7 starts have gone over. I'm going to go over with the
I like it.
Yankees and the Angels here. Hey, I want to say hello to Miss Denica. It
Hello.
could be Miss Danica, but maybe it is Miss Danica. She's going over in the Angel game tonight. Pleasure to have her here. And Nick says he's gonna Otani going to New York. What I thought it was a done deal with the Dodgers. They're saving their money and all that. Okay, Mindy's on the Angels. I'm on the over. We got just a
I
couple
mean, who
more.
wants to go play in the cold, right?
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And
Play for the Dodgers. That's what he's used to.
okay, I don't think I'm trying to see if we got a line for the Red Sox game yet,
Still
Mindy.
nothing?
Let's see here. I'm sure something's come up by now because I think that Pavetta, everyone agreed. No, Boston $1.35. That doesn't sound right. I see one report of Boston minus $1.35. Does that? Doesn't. Maybe it is. Blackburn's been okay. Uh, No, I don't have anything yet on the total. Um, $1.35 doesn't necessarily seem right, right? Boston's
Not
probably
really.
$2 here, I would think, at
Probably.
least. What do you guys think? Anything? Anybody got anything? Let's try to be fair about it. I mean, um, do you handicap heavily on this one? I'm just gonna put $2. I gotta think it's $2, and the total. I'm gonna make the line here, Mindy, and I'm gonna say the total is gonna be um, 8.5 under 20. What do you got?
So you had Pavetta and Blackburn, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, a Blackburn for sure. Uh,
Okay.
Boston could have a bullpen game here. They
Okay.
may end up starting a reliever, and maybe Pavetta comes in. Maybe it's all Boston relievers here. But Tony had Pavetta showing a one line source with Pavetta.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think no matter what I got here for starting pitcher for Boston, Red Sox have been hot. I feel like I'm just going to go ahead and take the over in this one, no matter what the pitching plan is on this one. Uh, that's how I'm going to look at it. 8.5. I like the over.
All right, Mindy says take the over in this one with Pavetta. Take the over in this one. Let me
Yeah.
just make it clear. I don't want to say that
If it's
with
not
the
Pavetta, maybe
pitchers because
bullpen
to
round,
me
whatever.
when you say with the pitchers, you're specifically trying to aim and make sure that Pavetta starts and totals. Remember, you got to go back and make sure you got the right pitchers on totals because let's see here. I guess there's going to be a little bit of here is Bionic on the Red Sox. A's money line for Fernando. And here is a Boston money line for the 90s. I think Anthony Mule's saying here both teams. Maybe he's
Team
saying
totals, probably, I'm guessing. Maybe team totals over.
they've gone over, and maybe okay. Well, the A's are massive. They've gone over in 8 straight games at home. The Red Sox have gone over in 4 of their last 5. That's what Anthony's saying right there. Uh, both teams have gone over in 4 of their last 5. Blake says go over if it's under 10. Have I underestimated the total here, you guys? That's 8.5.
Get the mom cat. Come here, Sassy. Come here.
Jamal says go over. Everyone's saying over. Boston bats are hot. So I'm thinking that I might have the total a little bit too low. It's an unofficial total. We haven't seen a line yet on this game. So don't go with my numbers if I'm way off here. Jeff Schramm says take Boston with the lean there. Yeah, I guess some of it will have to depend on what the price is. I'll take the Red Sox on the run line. Just
on the run line.
When in doubt, just fade the A's.
Right.
All right, we got to cut one more here, Mindy, with the Twins and Mariners, and in this one it is Sonny Gray.
John? Oh, you're going to say John Gray again?
Yeah. And Logan Gilbert $1.35 here at home. The total is 7 over 30, a very low total.
It is a low total today. I think we have to get. See, Latifa definitely says definitely over on that one. But I'm going to take a look at the Mariners here today in this one. I like Logan Gilbert. I like what he's been doing here on the mound. I feel like the Mariners have usually a pretty easy time versus this Twins team. Have the better bullpen stats right now. Sonny Gray, though, he looks pretty good. 2.74 ERA on the road. Gilbert 4.29 ERA. But the thing that I like with Gilbert is historically, whenever he pitches against this Twins team, holds them only to a 214 slugging percentage. So not a lot of hits for this Twins team, especially extra base hits. Gonna take the Mariners here at home.
Okay, well, yeah, Logan Gilbert, what can you say? 1.86 ERA in his last 4 starts, a 3-1 record. Seattle, though, 1-6 with Gilbert on the mound at home. Mariners have won 8 of their last 12, but so have the Twins. They come in looking pretty good. Gray with a 4.5 ERA in his last 4 starts, and he's gone 0-2. Let's see what the chat here says. Oh, thank you, Scott. So okay, I was right on pretty much if that was 8.5. Okay, anybody out there that running a sports book?
Anyone?
I'm available. I'm a lines maker now.
That's right. You could have like another full-time job.
I always wanted, if all else fails, I could just go be a lines maker.
There you go.
I don't want to disrespect those guys. They think I'm probably mocking them. All right, let's see what the chat. Oh, it just came out, Scott says. Okay. Oh, man, I'm not getting it yet, but I'm sure it'll be there. Takia on the Mariners. Latifa's on Seattle. Here's a Scotch Lock on Seattle here.
Scotch Lock, look out, Scotch Lock.
Oh, boy. Thomas says go under in this one. CTG says under. The90 says team total under. Anthony's going to take the Twins in this one. Lil Walt takes the Twins. Seemed like a low-scoring series in that Tigers series. I had a premium on the under yesterday. Not to say you. I know you had the over on the show, Mindy. I don't want to make light of that. I just.
It's okay. I don't win them all.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, we were having
if I did win them all, I wouldn't be on this show. Just saying.
Well, we were having trouble clicking
Island
picks yesterday.
like
Today we've got several picks today. We're going to show them to you here in just a moment. And Jeff Schramm says Seattle and the over if it stays at 7. I think for the most part, seeing juiced up 7s like that. If it's 7.5, it's going to be 7.5 under 20. What does that mean? Retired and cooking 6 books. I don't know what that. I hope maybe he's betting into 6 books. The 90s is retired now. He's a pro bettor. I don't know. I like that though. All right. I gotta make the call here.
Or he's an accountant cooking the books. Which one?
Oh.
Right? Cooking 6 books for 6 companies.
I am going to go over here at 7 over. I know mostly the chat's leaning under, but I'm going to go. Oh, Jamal's on the over with me. I'll go over in this one. Twins and Mariners. Thanks, everybody.